I remember wearing them one day and one of the shoes fell apart completely. Imagine paying £460 for a pair of shoes and the shoe comes off completely whilst you're walking on the streets. Like, make it make sense. Hey guys, welcome back to The Power Closet, a space for perspectives where conversation meets style. If you're new here, hi, what's up, what's poppin', locking, dropping, stocking, rocking. I feel like I should add that to my hook at this point in time. My name is Tumi. I make all sorts of videos from fashion, conversation, lifestyle, and everything in between. Well, hello people, and hi, a very big hi to my new subscribers. I feel like I've been getting a lot of subscribers recently based off of a couple of videos. First of all, the cause video, and then I know you guys really liked the video where I spoke about pretty much my best and least handbags in my collection, and the summer video too, the one where I spoke about the dresses. So we have quite a few new subscribers, so hello, I hope you're watching again. But it's really lovely to meet and speak to all of, well, I say meet like you and I had brunch, but we haven't had brunch yet, emphasis on the yet, but hello. If you are new, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram too. So obviously you see me once a week on YouTube, but I try to be a little bit more chatty and just so we can get a little bit more up close and personal. But anywho, please do follow me on Instagram because I would really appreciate it. But enough with the rambling. So I really like making videos that you guys want to see, and I noticed a trend. You all seem to love the luxury videos, which is great because I love it too. I know you guys really like me spending my money. Anywho, I thought another informative and really good video would be basically speaking about my worst purchases. So quick disclaimer, I try not to say that I hate any of my items because I see my items almost as like my children. So even though I have titled it worst, I think that might be a little bit extreme, and you'll see why. Like, I'll tell you the story behind each of the items it is that I chose. Instead of calling it worst, it's like items that make me have second thoughts. I think that sounds a little bit more politically correct, but to be honest with you, some of them I'm like, I don't even know why I bought you, but let's jump right into it. So starting off strong, we have our first item from Gucci. So as you can see, there are two pieces. Now I assure you that Gucci doesn't give free handbags, so no, they are shoes. And the first one, I wonder what color this one is. Oh right, this is the white one. Okay, now you're gonna know why I'm saying I wonder what color this is. So just for clarity, this is the Gucci, like Tamagotchi. So these are Gucci slides. I feel like I got these for under £250. If I remember correctly, I got this in Paris, I think, or London. I can't remember, one of those countries. And I remember they were super popular about 2 years ago. I wear these all the time during the summer holidays, especially when it's a beach holiday, because basically it's, what is this made out of again? Is it plastic? I don't know. I actually don't know what this is. Rubber. They're basically rubber sandals that are very high quality. Like, can you see? Very high quality, very durable, very chic, and I really love them. Now, why do they fall under the worst or second thoughts category? And I'm going to show you why in a second. So when I got them, I thought these are so good. For designer slides, they're super affordable, because usually if you're trying to buy designer slides, you're not going to pay 200 and something pounds for them, right? You're going to pay a lot more. Now, the reason why is because I didn't buy one, I bought two. So we have another box from Gucci, and yeah, I'll show you the second color, which I love so much. So the second color is green, and the reason why I put this here is because I was like, did I really need to buy both? But I love both. I wouldn't sell either, but it was something that I was just like, did I actually need to have both? I could have left the white and kept the green. Now, why did I buy both? So I originally bought white, and what I wanted from the very beginning was green, but then green sold out pretty much instantaneously when Gucci came out with it. And when I was in Paris, I remember seeing that there was one more size 40 in London, and I went to London when I got back from Paris, and I remember the sales associate looked at me like I was crazy. She's like, madam, those shoes have been sold out for so long, I'm afraid we don't have any, looking at me like I was smoking something. And I was like, no, but your system says that you have one. And to be honest with you, if you guys watch this channel, you know that I have a weird kink with always finding something. And then then she goes to the back and she checks and she pulls out the shoe. And everyone in the shop, so all the other sales associates are like, where did you find that from? And she was like, I have no idea, that there just happened to be one more. So it almost seemed like it definitely was like a divine thing that I had the second shoe. So that's why I kind of feel a bit bad, because the Holy Spirit's probably like, you this girl, how dare you put that on the worst purchases list? So it's not worst purchase, it's just like, do I really need to? To be honest with you, I actually like the two of them. It's just maybe I should have left the white, but I don't know. Would you guys keep both? So I remember these shoes, they came in like a clear color, they came in green, they came in pink, they came in white, and I think they also had this glow in the dark one, but I wouldn't sell them. I feel like they're so beautiful, especially knowing the story behind this. You guys know how I am with like my faith. I ain't selling you, honey. You're going to stay with me for a very long time. Our next item is from Hermes. So based on the size, we know again that they are shoes. These are probably one of Hermes's most popular products, and it is called the Hermes Oran. Everyone knows them. Like summer, you pretty much see every single person wearing them. They're like a staple. But the ones that I'm speaking about are actually these Orans. Can you see how beautiful they are? Can you see the print? See how unique it is. It has like feathers, and I don't even know what it is, but it is so artsy. So I actually have the Orans in black, a gold special one, these blue ones. I think I have only 3, yes. Now, I'm gonna do something not really my aesthetic, but I'm gonna show you my black ones. Please, before I show you, don't come and be abusing me, okay? Like, look, when I buy something, it must work. I must have my money's worth. So I actually plan on buying these again, but the current state of my black ones, okay, my black ones are pretty much, at this point in time, like, I can't even show you guys what is on this. I'm too ashamed. You know what? It's not everything that we have to show the internet. But let's just say that they are so bad that I had to tape the insides of them because the leather started to come off. Now, if you notice something, this is well, it's not even brown, right? This is pretty much black because I've worn it so much. But basically, the old Orans used to have like a brown lining, whereas now the new ones have all black, because what would happen over time is that if you look inside, it would split. It will split on the inside, especially when you wear it when your feet are wet. So it will cause the leather on the inside to wear over time, and then it peels back. So now with the new designs of the new Orans, it's just one solid leather going across, which hopefully would mean that it wears for a much longer time. So that's why I said I can't show you the other shoe, because it is literally ruined. So just to be clear, no, I love the Orans to death. So I have the black ones. Now, my favorite ones of all time, which they actually are reproducing them this year. So I feel like for a few years, they didn't have them in stock. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. I was trying to find the second pair. So these are like my favorite Orans of all time. And they're these gold ones. They are so beautiful. I remember I got them online. Again, I've gotten lucky a few times on Hermes's website, and I had them delivered to Sloane Street. And when I got them, they were about maybe 670 or 700 pounds, thereabouts. But this was ages ago. I got them as a gift to myself after completing an internship for a bank or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, let me treat myself. And every time I wear them, still get compliments. They are so beautiful. Don't plan on selling them. Absolutely stunning. Now, why are these blue ones on my I'm not sure I really needed to buy you list? Well, because I just don't wear them. Okay, like I just don't wear them. Like I don't wear them enough. I bought them, honestly, I bought them for FOMO reasons. So one of like my closest friends, we're in the car together, and she was talking about how she saw her friend's mom wearing these shoes. She showed me on Hermes, and I actually bought it so that she I think there was like one pair left or something like that, and then I was like, I just bought it just to be a little bit of a witch. And then I liked it, and she was like, I can't believe you did that. And I was like, yeah, I did that. But to be honest, literally that's the story. So obviously I love the shoes too, but it was like a FOMO thing. I bought it straight off the bat. I love the shoes. The truth is, I just haven't worn them as much. I haven't worn them as much. Funny enough, okay, now before everybody gets upset, let me tell you the good part. She ended up finding the shoes. Her sales associate got it for her, so she ended up buying it too. And would you guess the irony in all of this? She doesn't wear hers as much either. So both of us were talking about it, and she was like, yeah, I actually don't wear those shoes often. We just don't. Like, I just don't. So price point, they're probably around, oh, I think I have the price here actually. Yeah, actually, 495 pounds. When did I get this? yeah, I bought this in 2020. And yeah, they're beautiful shoes. Will I sell them? Absolutely not. But it's one of those things where it's like, honestly, before I buy stuff like this again, I'll really think about, do I really need you? And I think one main reason is because they don't strike me as the most durable kind of brand. So in contrast to like the gold and the black has seen literally heaven and hell. The black, I have worn that, like I wore it as if it is rubber slippers. I wore them to death, which is why I want to buy a brand new pair. I probably want to buy black, white, and brown. Obviously not at the same time, but those are three that I want to buy at some point in time. The most important one will be either black or brown, and when I buy that, I'm sure you guys will know. But anywho, this one is just not water resistant, so I don't know the material that they use. I think it's like canvas, because that's how they were able to print the stuff on it. So obviously it's canvas, and at the bottom there's like a leather lining, but I don't know if it's like the canvas on like the her bag. I don't know if there'll be color transfer, so I'm a bit more careful with wearing them. Now that is a bit irritating for the summer because I don't want to care. Like I just don't want to care. But anywho, because I don't wear them as much, I'm determined that this summer with my white dresses, I will be wearing you. Do you know why? And even black dresses and other dresses, because if there's something you're going to learn about me, I do not like to waste money. Okay, before I jump right into my next item, I want to even just give some context to all of this. You're gonna notice a pattern that pretty much almost every single thing I have here are shoes. And it made me understand why they're shoes. When I choose to buy a bag, most of the bags that I like tend to be nothing less than £2,000. And the ones that I really, really love that are on my wish list now are north of £7,000, £8,000. Now, unless I had something wrong with my brain, I do not plan on buying something that expensive and not loving it. So that's why it's very unlikely a bag will be, and by God's grace, God please, I don't want bags to be in this kind of category, because I mean, to be honest, debatable, because I should be able to sell them, right, and get the money back. But the reason why I feel like shoes come up more often is because shoes tend to be priced a lot lower than bags, like way lower than bags. So for Hermes, you can find shoes for, well, you can't buy Oran for £500 anymore. I think they're like £560 now or £610. So you can find things for north of, like, below £700. Whereas if you wanted to buy a bag, the minimum you'd be going is 1,810 to 2K, which means if you're making a mistake at that price point, you really are a rich babe or a rich guy and I want to be your friend. Do you want to buy me something too? I'm joking. What I mean is, I don't want to make this kind of mistakes. It's too costly for my bank account, which is why it makes sense that I make these kind of, they're not even mistakes, but these kind of like decisions when it comes to shoes. But without rambling too much, let's just jump right in. The next item will be from Chanel, and the reason why Chanel comes in is because honestly, these shoes, so I got these shoes, they're vintage Chanel mules, and can you see how beautiful they are? They're so beautiful. However, let me just show you something very irritating about them. Can you see that both of the things, I can't even remember what it's called. I don't know what the bottom thing is called, right? But the feet of the shoes, they both come off. Can you see that? Okay, so I got these from Vestiaire Collective. They came with the box. They came completely done. I wore these to work, I believe. And on the underground, you know how the escalators have like these like ridges? My foot went into it and it came out, and the feet of the shoe remained inside the escalator, and I was left with feetless shoes, which is really, really annoying. Now, when I went to Timpson's, which is the shoe company that I typically go to repair my shoes, they told me that I would need to completely resole the leather of the heel, and the price was more expensive than the shoe itself. Now, for context, these shoes were under £100, which is a steal. I know, a complete and total steal. But I was so irritated by the fact that I had barely worn them and I needed to replace the bottom of the shoe, and it would cost more than how much I actually paid for them. So now I actually will go and replace them because I have quite a few outfits that I actually want to wear, and I feel like these would be perfect with them. So yeah, that's pretty much the story, and that is why they're on my list, because come on, that's so annoying. Like, I've barely gotten enough wear out of you rather, and you're already costing me money. It's irritating. But will I sell them? Well, I don't know yet, but as of now, no. I'm going to try and get them fixed for the summer because I feel like with some trousers, jeans, skirts, dresses, you name it, these are so stunning. And hopefully this time the bottom of the shoe is not going to come off, but yeah, very, very annoying. Okay, so our next item is another pair of Chanel shoes. So these are my Chanel loafers, and I got them from the Chanel sale a few years back. They're very beautiful shoes. I remember I wore them recently and I even got compliments on them. They're very classic, very cool, yada yada yada. Okay, now why do they feature in my worst purchases list? Okay, so the first thing you need to understand about these shoes is that I got them on sale and I hadn't worn them that much. I remember wearing them one day and one of the shoes fell apart completely. As in, this came off. You could literally see the inside, like everything came off. And I think I was wearing them, was it going to work or coming back from work? And maybe I had spare shoes in the sense that maybe I had trainers or something. So I luckily wasn't walking barefoot. But imagine paying £460 for a pair of shoes and the shoe comes off completely whilst you're walking on the streets. Like, make it make sense. So obviously I was a little bit annoyed. I remember going to Chanel and they actually charged me to have it done again. So the sales associate who served me, they also had like scuffing there and like the leather was wearing out. So I think it's been painted on now, but it just wasn't wearing well. So I remember being a little bit irritated is the word I would use, in the sense that, okay, I spent £460 for these shoes. They fell apart and I hadn't even worn them that much. I do like think about my style, right? If you look through my page, how often do you actually see me wearing loafers? So I hadn't worn them that much. And you then charged me to get them fixed, and I think I was just pissed. Like, why? Like what kind of thing is this? I've already paid so much for them. In contrast, if I had just bought like Celine loafers, which are so beautiful, Celine loafers, or even like the Gucci ones, which are pretty much a staple in a lot of people's wardrobes, I wouldn't have had to go through that stress. Now, that being said, will I be selling these? No, because as annoying as they have been, I actually still like them, okay? There's just something like quirky, simple, clean about them. Even though I wear them and I smile, people don't understand the backstory. I mean, now they're fine, right? They're extremely comfortable, blah, blah, blah. They look super chic, but initially I was very irritated by these shoes and I didn't wear them as much. And obviously I've pulled them out now because recently a lot of the looks I've been creating, I want them to employ these kind of shoes, and plus I'm trying to use more of my items, which is why I'm wearing these a lot more. But this was just a bit of an annoying one. I really love the Celine trainers. I feel like lately, actually it's not lately, I can't wait to be like a complete and total Celine girl 1001, because Celine is just like, they just get me. They're so beautiful. Anywho, that being said, I am not selling these either. Now, like I said, most of these are shoes. Our next item is another pair of shoes. So these are from Yves Saint Laurent, so YSL. Now, these shoes are probably one of the sexiest shoes I own in my entire collection. Can you guys just see that heel? Look at that heel. This is the kind of shoe that I would wear for Mr. Parker to tell him, I want something! They are so beautiful. Like, I don't think I have any other shoe in my entire collection that screams feminine energy like this. So beautiful. It's one of those shoes where you wear for your man and you're like, I need you to pay attention to me now. But that being said, actually I have to tell you the story of these ones. So I got these on Depop, and it was during a phase where I was absolutely obsessed with like pointed heels, but more specifically slingback heels. Like, I wanted slingback in every single color that I could find, because as far as I'm concerned, that's like the most perfect shoe for work. So I remember going on Depop and I saw someone selling these. Now, to show you how much I haven't worn them, can you see the back? I think I've worn them maybe max 3 times. But why are these on like my worst purchases? Because these are probably 11 to 12 cm. They are super duper high. So it's not your average 10 cm, and what is my comfortable heel height would be 8.5 cm, which is like the Taralita. But these are 11. I would say it can't be less than 11. It can't be less than 11 or maybe even 12. This is high. These are shoes for getting inside my Bentley, coming out of my Bentley, going to dinner with my man, getting back inside. It's not like if you're trying to do Uber P, where you're looking for the driver and saying, oh, are you on the left street, on the right street, or just waiting for people. It's not that kind of shoe, okay? It is a shoe for princesses and queens. So that is why. Now, it's just super high, super high. But am I going to sell them? Absolutely not. I feel like they're beautiful. They're like, I just told you, this is the shoe that I'm going to use to collect more things. So no, I'm not going to sell them. I will pull them out once I have someone to drive me like a queen in my car. But I thought I'd add them there because, to be honest with you, not that I don't see myself, but I don't like purchasing heels that are this high because it's just a hassle. Like, it's such a hassle. But don't get me wrong, when I wear these, woo! Like, let's just leave it at that. Now our final item is, again, you guess, another pair of shoes. So these are from Gianvito Rossi, and now I have worn these shoes to death. These are probably one of my favorite heels in my entire collection. So I'm sure you're like, I'm confused. Then why the heck are you holding them? No, this is not a bad purchase. The problem is I bought them twice. So can you see a pattern? So I bought them twice, and the problem, like, I'm confident I can still wear these. Now, why are these my most worn heels in my entire collection? Because these are the most comfortable heels I own. They are so comfortable. They were 540 pounds. I bought them on Net-a-Porter. They were a gift to myself for starting a particular job. And the reason I bought them twice was because I found them on another website. It was this random designer website in Italy, and they were selling them for a really great price. I think maybe like 260 something pounds. And I was like, I don't want to be in a position where I don't ever have these heels again, and these are like ruined, and Gianvito doesn't do this shade anymore. These are probably the most perfect nude I could find for my skin tone that just looks so sexy, beautiful, and feminine. So I bought another pair. But the problem is, now that shoe has sat in the box. Literally, it has not been worn. The sole is fresh. I've not worn that shoe once since I bought it. I've literally put it on here in my room. I've not worn it once. So I think I was just like, Tumi, do you really need to buy the second pair? Like, you could have actually been fine with this one. Anywho, there's no stress, right? I now know that I have one pair of slingbacks unused. Will I sell them? No, of course not. Those are like my children. I've told you, my items are like my children. When I decide to let them go, it must really be that I am parting with them and I just don't see them as useful in my collection any longer. But we have come to the end of this video. I hope you really enjoyed all the stuff it is that I shared. Which one took you by surprise? What items are you thinking of tossing in your collection, if you're thinking of tossing any? Do you share my sentiment in any of the things it is that I shared? But yeah, please let me know what you enjoyed. Please let me know what videos it is you want me to film. I know someone spoke about a styling video. I'm working on it. I'll try and do something soon. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.